Welcome back, YouTube, for another market analysis for the London session. Today we're going to be taking a look at S&P and also gold, some of the levels that we'll be looking to play off of for the London session and potentially maybe even into the US session. Yesterday's one went really well. We had a great fade off of this top right here, right around 95, 96, coming back down. We went and pulled back into those 83s, failed to go up higher, and we dropped down into about 72. So when we came into that US session, we pulled up, had a strong 100% of a pullback, and then we got some rotations to give us a directional move back to the upside into those 93s. So very good opportunity, got to play some of the levels again during the US session, and now as we look to go into the London session, we're actually above those structure levels. So we are in a strong bullish trend as of right now. Again, we were going sideways for a little bit during yesterday's London session before we dropped off. Today we've been kind of trending with a move up. Didn't necessarily break that actual resistance, but finally we broke through. So we are back here. We did get a slight pullback here. You can see we held this prior level of resistance as actual support coming right into this level. And if we come back, I'd say we're probably going to pull back somewhere right around these, maybe right around these 97 to 98s. So right in here, if we can get these rotations off this level to hold the support, I think we're going to be trying to climb right into these 3309s, 3310s. That's going to be the target level. Probably going to be looking to take some off right around those 08s. We do got some strong resistance, slightly sitting at about 15, 33.15, and above that, we're probably going to see a move drift into those 33.30s. But we may actually even struggle right here at these 15s and then make our move back down. So we'll see. But if price does get back here and get that support, we're going to be looking for that upside. And if we get back below these 90s, we are going to be looking for rotations under this level and then a pull back in down to right around these 84 to 85s, and then below that into those 78s. Now, one thing we do want to note is we do have some levels underneath, but once we get under these 70s, we could potentially actually have somewhat of a free fall. Right, we could come down into right around these 55.50s, but again, below that level, we're gonna probably drop all the way maybe into these 30 to 32s and below that, right? Because we could see this strong move up, and our level of support is actually somewhere down here, right around these 32.20s. So just want to be cognizant of that. Just want to make sure we're paying attention to that right under those 70s, we're probably going to see a potential fall into those 55s. So that's what we're going to be looking for on the S&P 500. But as of right now, we are in an actual bullish trend. So we don't want to be shorting. If we are going to be shorting, we're going to be fading. So obviously, we're going to be trying to catch those resistances at the top if that's something we want to do. But I'd rather be trading with the trend. So if anything, we'll wait for that pullback right into those 97, 98, see if we can get that support, and then try to play off those levels. Let's take a look at what it looks like on a 5-tick here real quickly. Pull this over for you guys. You can see kind of similar. We had a strong impulse move. You can see we had a good descending peak move right back into support, and then all of a sudden just shot right back up to break this level. So we do have a lot of bullish strength coming in. So we are going to be waiting for that support to come in right around these 97, 97.50s. And we potentially could even pull all the way back into this zone. But if we can't break lower, we're going to be looking for that upside. I'd probably wait for maybe about 2 to 3 rotations if we can get back into this zone, see if it really wants to hold it. And if it does, then we'll look for that upside continuation. But again, below this level of 90, say 92, yeah, right around 92, we're going to see a drop back into these 84s, and then below that we might even see a push into the 78s right down here. All right, so that's what we'll be looking for on S&P. Let's take a look at gold. Now gold had quite a bit of movement. You can see we actually went up, came back down, and now we're kind of bouncing around. Now we did go somewhat sideways for a little bit. You can see we had this support coming in right at these 29.5s. All right, so I'm potentially looking for this market to pull back. This whole pullback right here is 100% of a pullback, which means that we should be flipping back to the upside. But what we'll need to see is a break of this specific level. And we might even see it this way, where the market actually comes back underneath and holds this prior level of resistance as support. So we could be looking for something along that lines, or we could be looking for it to finally break this top level, come back to these 38.2s, and then look for the support right on top. From there, we're going to be targeting somewhere up against our next levels of resistance. We could potentially come into these 45.5s. Higher up is about 48, right? But first level of a target for taking some off is going to be about 42.3. So we want to keep our eyes open for that. Look out for that level of 38.2 for the support. And if not, we'll look for a pullback somewhere right around this area here to see if we actually get a higher low support there. Once we get that, we'll be looking for some rotations maybe around here. Look for the criteria to build and look to take that back up on gold. Let's take a look at what a 5-tick looks like on gold as well. Now let's move some of this, all these kind of long lines here. Let's move this here. So this is currently what we're looking at right now on gold. Actually, let me scroll it over to where we're currently at. Erase some of this here. So kind of the same thing. We're pressing up to and through resistance right now. And again, we are looking to see if we hold above this level with the rotations. You can see it's kind of just one whole move that we had. We had some slight minor levels of support, but that's more of a rally movement, and we're pushing right through that level. So we are looking for this thing to come back and give us rotational support either at the top here or on a pullback here to hold this level and then move to the upside. But we may just continue to go. Our next level of resistance is going to be sitting somewhere up here right around these 42, so that's going to be the target. You have some slight resistance before that, 41.4, but that's what we're going to be looking for right now. Once we do that, we could still wait for a potential pullback. Once you get that pullback, we can actually try to look for more upside, but we'll see. It's going to be in that waiting period, so hopefully we're still around these levels when we come into the actual London session. If not, we'll go ahead and revamp the levels and see if we can get any other trade ideas from there. But again, this is probably going to be our first pullback attempt that we're looking for support here and then moving that movement up. If not, then we're probably going to be looking for that deeper pull right here, get that higher low support. You're going to see a nice channel form, a nice trend channel kind of form, get that pullback right into here, hold that trend channel, and then make its way back up from there, right? So that's what we're going to be doing. That's our measured move for tonight. Now, if we get way back down below, I'm probably looking to be either long at these 29.5s on gold, or if we get a full pullback here and we get underneath this level, we are looking for this thing to hold that resistance. Once we can hold the resistance, then we'll look for a collapse lower from there. But we're going to have a long ways for that to happen, so we'll see what happens in the London session. But other than that, that's what we're going to be trading for S&P and gold. Again, thank you guys for watching these videos. If you guys did like this video, please go ahead and smash that like button. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them here on the YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you are, again, I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great night, and if you're going to be in the London session, I'll see you guys in there. Take care.